Okay, I'm sorry if you were watching the game and not hearing anything. Some technical difficulties on our side. One of the reasons why you need to be here next week to see a flawless production put on by Prodigy, with Josh casting the StarCraft 2 Edmonton 64-man tournament, $1,500 prize pool, money to the first 16 places in it. That's November 26th and 27th. Registration begins at 10, games at 12. Come watch it, it'll be on the big screen. Just got the thumbs up, apparently the audio's all fixed. Thank you, gentlemen, for telling me that. It'll be a wonderful time here at OverKlocked in Edmonton, 11618 119th Street, near the City Centre Airport, just off Kingsway. This tournament being brought to us by the Canadian Amateur StarCraft League and OverKlocked Gaming. Great event. You can catch Josh and Prodigy TV there. As well, you can catch him on the Korean Weekly TV show at www.esvtv.com Monday to Wednesday. Big thanks to him for all of, if you watched the streams yesterday, you saw the quality graphics and the show that he puts on, the information on the screen that we just don't have the technical abilities to do today. You'll be able to see all that. The production values are there. Definitely a show worth watching at this time. They're setting up the game right now. CTX and OKG after that epic game that just occurred. This is the second in the best of three. The other players are coming in. We can see that they're all online. Herp, Derpster, and Rain are online. It looks like everything's getting switched around in terms of what order gets to pick champions and bans. We'll take a little break, and then when we go to the ban screens, we'll come back on, and we'll pick up where we left off. I am fortunate, and actually you are fortunate as well, to be. I'm going to be joined by Masena, who's going to co-cast with me and help me where I'm lacking in everything. He'll be joining us right away. Masena, say hi to everybody out there.
Hello, everybody. I'm Masena, and I'll be co-casting today. Right now, anyways.
We've gone into the ban screens now. This time CTX Iron has the first ban. It'll be very interesting to see what they do. This is the best of three. The first game going to CTX Iron. Shaco, not a surprise. Shaco, throughout this tournament, has been very, very dominant in terms of being able to help in map control and flying all over the place. Not a surprise that it's banned.
And Rumble is the second ban right off the bat. They're very quick ban. I'm not sure why that is. I haven't seen the entire tournament though, so maybe one of the other players there has been using Rumble very effectively, so...
Akali has to be banned because of how well OKG Jane plays it, and it looks like Malthazar was too much last game. They don't want CTX playing it. Tryndamere has been a standard ban, as has Fiddlesticks. Interesting what will go on here. Oh!
Looks like Udyr is the first pick here with Smite, so probably messing around in the jungle a little bit. Always a good champion to pick. You know, he's got good versatility. Looks like Gragas and Yorick being picked over there for
very,
OKG.
very interesting for OKG to pick these two champions this late into the game. We haven't seen either of these played at all through the entire tournament. Herp, Derpster, and Rain going to pick next. I'm wondering what they will do, whether they will pick who they will pick and play.
It's interesting. I mean, Yorick's one of those champions you see a lot in pro play, but you don't see him really by anybody else. A lot of people consider him a quote-unquote sleeper champion. You know, one of those champions that's really good, just has to be figured out. So we'll see how OKG uses him, because I've seen him used efficiently before, and he does some crazy, crazy damage.
Gragas, of course, Rabble Rousel with his big barrel, making sure everybody keeps well hydrated throughout the battle.
Oh, and there are the CTX picks, Singed and Poppy. So it looks like they're going to build a bit tanky there. All three can kind of take a few hits there. And for OKG, the last champ there is Riven. So she will be,
very interesting.
Yep. Riven, of course, one of those champions that has been in the game for a while now, but was released a few patches ago. Also considered a bit of a sleeper champion when she was first released.
For those of you that don't know, League of Legends was released in 2009, and there's a total of 87 champions that you can choose from to play if you've got them all open. The game is free to play, and there's a rotation of 10 free champions you can play. Most of these players have all of the champions unlocked, at least for sure the core tournament ones available. If you're just joining us for the second and the best of 3, please note that with the new spectate mode that's been enabled by Riot in the last patch, once the game starts, there is a 3-minute delay for the spectators to prevent screen hacking, anything like that. So during that time, we're going to be talking a little more about the champions that have been chosen. There's the delay timer going in. We're at OverKlocked Gaming in Edmonton for this best of 3 League of Legends champion. OverKlocked Gaming can be found at 11618 119th Street near the City Center Airport. Please come by, say hi to the guys, enjoy it. All sorts of gaming here, Xboxes, PS3s, computer games. They got the big screens. They have the quality joystick controls for the fighting games. Fight night is Wednesday night, so you Soul Calibur, Capcom type people come down and play at some phenomenal play here as well. Thursday nights is League of Legends night. You would think you're better than some of these guys? Come on down, show your stuff with what's going on. Next weekend, another big tournament for OverKlocked Gaming, a prestigious tournament, StarCraft 2 Edmonton Open 64-man tournament, $1,500 prize pool. Prize money going down to 16th place. It's being brought to you by the Canadian Amateur StarCraft League and OverKlocked Gaming. The placement matches occur on the 26th, with finals and playoffs occurring on the 27th. We want to thank our friend from yesterday, Josh from Prodigy, who helped us out and delivered a much higher quality, production valued stream than what we're able to give to you today. Unfortunately, Josh cannot be with us today. Please catch him Monday to Wednesday at www.esvtv.com on the Korean Weekly. He will be casting next week. All the production values you saw yesterday and more will be available next weekend. Come in, give him support. He's a big supporter of esports. He came in his own time to help us out. We thank him for this.
Do check him out too. He's very, very good at what he does, and really give him your support, because he really puts a lot of effort into promoting esports.
Very interesting selection. I don't know much about Gragas at all, other than he likes beverages.
That is definitely true. Pretty much all of his skills revolve around that big barrel of beverage he carries. We won't say what's in there.
I suspect it's something that fortifies him.
That is for sure.
His ultimate is a big exploding cask of food, which is quite good. Some tips on playing him can be found, and all of these can be found for all of them simply by clicking on the various champions to see how they play. If you're new to League of Legends, if you're just trying to figure out what's going on, you can certainly learn a lot about the game by watching this, but the best thing to do is to just play it and enjoy the game. It's a wonderful, wonderful game to play with a lot of fun.
Yeah, now let's just talk about the champion matchup quickly. I mean, you've got Riven, who's very, very mobile with her ability. I forget what it's called, but she gets 3 strikes, brings her forward. She can stun on that last strike, and allows her to get away quickly. So really good harass champion, as is Yorick with his ghosts there. But it looks like we're just about ready to enter into the game here. So as that delay winds down, we're just going to start here, and it's Twisted Tree Line loads up.
Twisted Tree Line is the only 3v3 map currently released by Riot for 3v3 games. It was put out there for people to improve upon. The typical game of League of Legends is 5v5. Loading screens coming up. As you can see, CTX Rain will be the blue team, and the purple team will be OKG. CTX Mystery is decided to join up with Jane and Bad Touch for this tournament. My favorite skin this time...
Oh, you gotta go with the Riot Singed.
Yes, I think you do.
I think that's one of my favorite skins of all time, too, is with that riot shield. Just looks so cool.
Oh, they've run into
Oh.
each other right away, not in the bushes at all. This engagement. This game may have first blood right off the bat. OKG is now running away, using the bush for catching away. CTX following them. We have an engagement.
Oh, and we got a York gets flipped there, and it looks like Poppy has to flash out there.
Both flashes are burned at this point.
30 seconds until
And they're chasing after Poppy. Can they get her? Oh, that barrel. She gets flipped,
First
and there
blood
it
goes
is.
to Iron. First blood to Iron. They're on to Mystery now. Will they
Gragas
get the
running
double?
away.
They got the double in the first game, and Iron picking up where he left off last game. Unbelievable. Bad touch. Heading back to base to hell. 2 down, almost a first game, early game ace. I mean, oh, what an amazing turn of events.
I think that's my favorite thing about the early game is those level 1 team fights, you know? When, you know, you go to invade or something like that and you meet the other team and it's like everybody only has one ability and you have a team fight, you know? They're really exciting that way. So an early advantage there for CTX.
CTX, our blue team, reversed. We're looking at the top lane right now. OKG Jane in the top lane, where he normally plays. On the bottom, it looks like we're going to have Gragas. Oh, and Poppy. Working hard farm here. It'll be interesting to see who wins this farm. On the top already, Jane and Rain are getting into it, back and forth, flipped over.
It'll be interesting to see who wins that top lane there.
Well,
I
we
think-
saw. Sorry.
I think the advantage goes to Yorick on this one, although right now it looks like Singed has the advantage. But Yorick's got those ghosts that he can send out, whereas Singed really needs to get up close and personal. But he's using those flips really effectively.
Jane having to retreat back to his turret, poking and prodding. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes along. On the top, the junglers are running into one another, taking shots at one another. Is Jane going to come up and help out touch on Iron? Iron's
That's
trying to
stun
get
I
away.
was talking about. But it looks like Udyr is going to get away on that one.
They're going to both come down. Rain was coming up to help on the bottom. And this is not typical of 3v3. Normally, the 2vs occur on the bottom lane. Both of them want to control Dragon. I suspect that's why they've got 2 players in the top area of the map and only 1 player on the bottom. You wouldn't think that this little bunny would be able to take out this big, huge barrel of a man.
Oh,
but
she's a feisty one, though. She can certainly do her share when it comes to fights.
Jane working on minions. OKG BT heading back into the jungle. Probably going to go down, check out what's happening at red buff. Gragas coming up as well. They've made the pull on it, trying to do a little leash action to give bad touch to the red buff to start off with. On the top, Iron is heading back. Jane working the lane.
Jane
Confrontation
just,
in the middle here on the red buff. CTX arriving late to the party. CTX Mystery taking a lot of damage.
And there's that flip, and it looks like Gragas is going to go down again.
And Rain on fire, 3-0. Gold advantage, 4 minutes in, 2K. If they
Looks-
can advantage.
And it looks like OKG is able to steal that red buff, and everybody just backs away before anybody else dies on that one.
Rain heading back. Herp Derpster cleaning up the lane, getting minion kills here for what's going on. On the top, Iron and Jane going at it. Hammer and tong, tooth and nail. Literally tooth and nail. There's the teeth. Jane coming back, having to retreat back to his turret.
Puts on Phoenix form to get a little more damage in, and now it's 2-on-1, and Udyr has to turn around, but he is exhausted.
You know, I would be tired if I had to face bad touch every day.
That is true.
Iron's going to try and get away. They're not going to be in it. Rain's going to come up and help slow down touch. Just
There's
a little
that
prevention.
cinch again, tries to flip, but it's not very effective, and everybody just backs away. OKG Jane going back. And it looks like nobody really gets much of an advantage on that one.
The advantage clearly seems to be in CTX's with the early kills and the early gold advantage. Minions, though, are about even. Well, no, I have to say that the farm on Poppy is a little better than Gragas at this time.
22 CS compared to the Riven's 13 for OKG there.
Poppy's working it hard. Back up into the jungle. Bad touch hunting around. Iron hunting around. Jane and Rain still pounding at one another back and forth. They're working on it at the bottom. Gracchus and Poppy going back and forth. Looks like we're going to have some action here.
There's that flip again.
Love the flip. Jane's going to have to retreat to the tower.
It's probably my least favorite thing about facing Singed is that flip. Gets me every time. And they're just going to go back into farm mode. Nobody really wants to be too aggressive. You give up a kill at this point and it could be game-changing. Like
3-0 in favor of CTX at this point. Almost a 2K differential in global gold. Dragon is up. Looks like both teams are going to start positioning to get Dragon or to steal Dragon. Iron's coming in at the same time as Bad Touch. Herp Derpster coming in.
And it looks like it could be a 2-on-1 here.
Forces
but,
off. Herp
OKG
Derpster's
is running into Singed, but Singed is low here and flips Riven.
Gone. Rain. Bad Touch takes out Rain, finally ending his sweep of kills. And it also looks like CTX is going to get Dragon out of this unless OKG can steal it somehow, forcing them off of Dragon. Dragon was almost down.
And Dragon resets here, but Udyr is running away from 3 of the OKG guys here. Can he get away? Yes, he does.
Oh, he goes into the bush, comes back. OKG is going to try and get Dragon.
And the flank there, but he stays away. It looks like OKG is probably going to get Dragon here.
And they're on it.
CTX considering jumping in there again, even being at half health.
Udyr hasn't have much they can do. Oh, they suckered him in by going at Dragon, pushed him off. Oh.
Singed comes back, and they might get Gracchus on this one. Yes, they do.
Iron just playing so powerful. And Dragon is still not down for either team.
Dragon resets again.
CTX is now back at full health. They're coming back in to take Dragon.
That's very well played by Udyr on that one, just baiting them back, never letting them have free reign of the Dragon there until Singed respawns, and they're able to take out Gracchus, and they might even get the Dragon on this one.
Oh,
although
trolling.
It looks like maybe not.
Got some trolling going on now.
Yes,
little
that
troll
BM. Uh-oh, looks like Riven could go down to Poppy here. Running through the bush, throws on that shield, and the tower dive here, but she will... Oh, she goes down.
Derpster. But will Herp Derpster go down to Jane and Mystery? I would think so. Mystery takes out Herp Derpster.
1 for 1. It's hard to say if that's worth it.
Sometimes it just feels good to take somebody out,
that
even
is
if you go down.
Absolutely true.
I'm just got to turn off the chat here for a second. There we go. I'm going to turn the chat off. All the controls down here at the bottom. Everybody resetting into positions. Jane in the jungle, dropping the red, leashing it, taking it on, trying to get the red buff.
And it looks like CTX still has about a 1k team gold advantage on this one. Not too much, but the Dragon just goes down for CTX, so they extend that lead again, almost 2k now, which is starting to be quite the differential.
Everybody sort of moving together as a team at this point. CTX at the bottom looking to take the red buff. OKG coming down. The barrel coming in from Gracchus. They pull the red out safely. Won't be able to do it. All of OKG is down here. They will get the red buff. They are going to give it to Bad Touch, it appears. Jane is coming out to push.
New York's kind of harassing a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't get caught.
Full team engagement from both sides. This will be a very interesting engagement. Herp Derpster is down to Bad Touch. Battle continuing back and forth. Iron is down to Jane. This could be an
Riven
ace.
Gets away with almost 1 hit. Singed trying to at least turn it around a little bit. Keeps going in. Everybody's low.
Jane may go down to Rain.
Jane trying to get away from that Singed, but it's always hard to get away.
Carefully juke. Oh, but Rain making the turn.
It's always hard to get away from Singed.
It is, and we're sad for you. Just very sad for what's on. Everybody back at the base, of course, except for Rain, who's got to go back now for health. Excellent team engagement by both sides. Coming slightly ahead was OKG in this time. The gold is sort of evened out, and the kills have evened out. 10 minutes in, no towers down at this point. This is the League of Legends live 3v3 tournament at OverKlocked Gaming. I am a Total Wombat with Messina helping me out here, co-casting today.
Yep, and that really kind of speaks to OKG, how well they've played since that beginning. They were down those initial 2 kills from that level 1 team fight in the beginning, so they've brought it back a bit to almost equalize the kill score there.
CTX Herp Derpster, again, staying with his playstyle as we've seen all throughout this tournament. Likes to be in the top lane on the 3v3. Push with his minions up to the other team's turret.
And that's a good job from Herp Derpster, anticipating those barrels, making sure to get away whenever Gragas throws one there.
In case you're a little confused about this, CTX Mystery for the 3v3 tournament plays on the CTX 5v5 team. He's joining up with Jane and Bad Touch from OKG for this 3v3 tournament.
Oh, and it looks like CTX Mystery wanted to be a little aggressive there, backfired a little bit, took a bit of damage.
Iron in trouble at this point. OKG, big help. Iron flashing away, burning the flash, almost back to the base. OKG
And
has to retreat.
OKG does not want to follow in that poison trail, because that will get you if you're not careful, that's for sure.
Heading back now to the top lane. Working hard on getting their minion counts back up.
And they're pushing that lane pretty hard. They're probably going to go for a turret kill here. It looks like
CTX coming down, though, to defend that turret.
Singed coming in is probably going to try for a flip, but no, they all get away here. Yep, so Singed will just use his poison to take out all these minions, but that turret is down pretty low, under half health here.
On the bottom, Gragas and Poppy fighting minion kills back and forth the whole time. Gragas has left the lane and is heading up. Going to meet up with Bad Touch, who's doing some farm in the jungle. On the top, we see Jane and Rain going at it. They must get tired of facing one another, I'm sure, at some point. All the different champions. It looks like Poppy is just going to dip in and is heading down. Poppy dropping a ward, going to come back up again. Jane going out too far. Going to come in behind, going into the top jungle area.
And there's that speed from Singed trying to catch York. Doesn't oh, and York gets flipped.
It's a 2v2 here. Iron slightly behind.
And there's the third.
OKG.
So now it's 3v2.
Iron going to get beat up again, it looks like.
And
Rain
down.
takes out Bad Touch. Bad Touch takes out Iron. What?
So now it's 2v1 here, and Singed is trying to take out
what just went on
both
there?
of the OKG players here.
Rain
Down to one hit, but he's leaving that poison trail and is
Jane's
way
running.
faster. York has to back off, otherwise he's going to die, because that poison will, like I said before, it'll get you if you try to chase.
A 1v1 switch out there. Bad Touch going down and Iron going down. Jane at very low health at this time, but working on this turret to get it down. On the bottom lane, we see that Gragas and Poppy are having a face-to-face confrontation, although I should say it's a barrel to bunny ears confrontation based on the champions. Back up on the top, Jane's retreating to the base. Rain coming down, doesn't get him in time. The minions working on this turret. Udyr and Rain will be able to clean up these minions and push back down. In the middle, on red buff, CTX. Bad Touch catching Bad Touch and Mystery coming in. CTX responding with all three members. OKG has to retire. They will get the red buff out of this unless Bad Touch can pull some voodoo out of his hat. I don't see that happening. Oh, the barrel from Gragas just missing. Full engagement here, all players.
Focused. It looks like he's going to go down there, but Herb Derpster's getting pretty low. I don't know if they can take her down. Poppy's trying to get away.
Poppy is now running away. Jane in pursuit.
Jane flashes to try and get Poppy, but Poppy's still running. That movement speed is pretty good on her, and she manages to juke.
9-6 now in favor of CTX. They've opened up the gate again.
And again, that poison taking out some minions, and Rain's just going to run through the jungle, see if he can't find somebody to gank, maybe. But it doesn't look like he will.
Turret. I think that CTX wants to take out this top turret based on the amount of damage that's down there.
Yes, absolutely. If they can take out that turret, this game would be...
CTX is slaying Jane. Missed that totally. I pulled a freak. Very sorry. CTX hitting the dragon now at this point.
Yeah, it looks like CTX is going to get this dragon uncontested, and that's really not good for OKG. I mean, they're down 2k gold, almost 3k gold, sorry. They're down 4 kills, so it's not looking too good for OKG in this game.
Still in the early game, haven't reached double digits yet.
That is absolutely true.
Minion kills almost identical. Herb Derpster going to farm some unction. Gragas coming down, farming the minions. And has Poppy come back down yet? I don't see Poppy. They're both heading up into the jungle at this point.
Yeah, and their CS is very, very close. Gragas at 47 and Poppy at 49. So both of them have just been hanging out down here, exchanging blows every now and then.
Poppy have the red buff at this point.
There's some
Directly engages.
aggression. Ooh, and look at that damage.
Ooh, that is one mad bunny. On the top, we're seeing Jane, and yeah, you know who I want to say, Rain. Bang, hanging back and forth on one another.
Flip and the slow.
That poison trail has allowed Rain to escape several times from Jane. The kill differential
and
could
good
be better.
game sense from Singe there. Goes back to the turret because saw that bad touch. Riven was going to jump in and gank him.
Jane back working on the creep. Differential's about 4K. On the bottom here, Herp Derpster indicating to his teammates that Gragas is down, is missing from the lane. Bad touch and Gragas coming down, trying to get a gank on Poppy. Poppy sensing something's going on with those bunny senses, heading off into there. Going back up touch now. I do not think that Jane has seen that Rain is together, and they're going to try and come in with Udyr, I believe, yes? Iron going to go up around. We've seen them use this tactic before. Middle laning on the 3v3 map, they send one member up into the jungle for a little bit, comes back down behind trying to gank the top laner.
Well, it's a very, very good strategy. I mean, where are you going to go if you get sandwiched like that, right? You can't, unless you flash over a wall, and with the recent nerf to flash, that's quite a bit harder, so...
Flash to nerf, flash to CV. It's very interesting, the changes that are being made. Very, very difficult. Pulling up. Heading back to the base. Gragas having a little beverage. Playing, working on the minion counts at this time. Build starting to show up on the bottom here. Everybody's looking for better vision. Sight wards on 2 of each player on each side. Swiftness boots coming out. Poppy just hanging at the turret. Has no minions to help support coming down there.
Poppy
at the top here, we've got Jane and Rain. There's the flip out, away. Then dropping the poison. Iron coming back. CTX trying to put more pressure on Jane. Jane's going to have to retreat all the way to... No, not to the turret. Pulls back. Bad touch coming down to support. There's the poison trail that's proven so difficult throughout this entire game. Cleaning up the minions. Going to go forward. At the bottom, they're heading down, checking out red buff. CTX sees that it's up. We have wards that are up on both teams going on. Poppy working it.
It looks like Poppy's really pulled ahead in the CS over Gragas here, which could turn into quite the advantage if this game goes on a lot longer here.
Confrontation at red. Iron is the only CTX member there. All of OKG is there. They wanted it bad, they got it.
Udyr flashes into a wall, and that's what I was talking about with that nerf to flash. But bad touch once again, getting focused down.
Rain on a rampage. Mystery down. 1v1 at this point. Still going back, no one withdrawing. Iron takes out Jane 2-1.
And that's a far better engagement for CTX than it was for OKG.
Opening up the gap again. 6 kill differential on the players. Gold differential now looking at around 4K. And they've got the farm while they're down. Oh, we got an ace here that we missed.
Yep. It looks like CTX only lost 1 player in that engagement compared to the ace.
And they should be pushing this top tower. I'm not sure why they're not taking a bigger advantage of why this is down.
Well,
I would have sent Poppy to the top to push the top tower.
That's a good point. I mean, I was gonna say maybe Poppy was low, but she wasn't really. So yeah, that might not have been the best way to take advantage of that ace. But all of OKG is up again, and so CTX didn't really do much with that ace on that one. But we'll see what they do.
I agree. They didn't do much. They could have taken better advantage. Again, perhaps maybe focusing too much on their larger game strategy as opposed to taking advantage of an in-game advantage where they could have just changed their tactics ever so slightly.
That is a
up
good
at the
point.
top. We're running in here. We got a 2v2 confrontation. Are they going to dance?
Singe leaving that poison trail, and York backs off once again.
Nothing you can do on that.
Yep, and the ghosts just die to it.
Wards are down at Dragon. Everybody's still dancing in the jungle.
Dragon pops up, so Dragon's up again. We'll see if CTX goes for it or not.
So far in this tournament, CTX has been very, very meticulous about getting it. Poppy engaging on Gragas. Gragas has to retreat.
Gragas tries to speed ahead to his turret, but Poppy gets the stun and gets the kill.
Oh, 14-7. 7-player differential, 5,000 global gold differential. No turrets down at this time. It's important to remember that in the... Oh, touch coming down, trying to get Poppy when Poppy's
And
weak.
the stun with that combo, but manages to push back bad touch, and in comes Rain to support with the flip.
And Herp Derpster lives. No!
And
but touch goes down.
Yep.
A trade at this point does not help OKG at this point.
Absolutely not. They are behind, and they need to start turning it around and really get ahead here, because this is not looking good for them right now.
Another thing that we saw in the tournament this weekend is if you get behind, to allow your enemy to come towards your base and then farm the minions at the base. The 3v3 base actually works to your advantage to kill super minions if need be, and you can just stay on the steps, make the level differential and the cash differential up by fighting on your very steps. The game goes much longer, but strategically there is a way to come back because of the map size and what they're going on.
That's a good point. It's really hard to do that in the 5v5 game, but you can in 3v3.
Right now, a 1 level differential, not much of a difference, but the 7 kill differential and the fact that, OKG is not winning the team engagements is not a good sign at this point. They're going to have to change their process of how they're dealing with the game on the team in the team engagements.
Let's take a look at the items here. I mean, you got a lot of magic resist on the CTX team here, which really is probably a good choice looking at the team composition. So that's probably why they're doing so well in these team fights, because they are just getting a lot of magic resist.
Perhaps a choice in champions that would have been better balanced. On the top, it looks like we've got a little action going on. Rain running into Bad Touch. Both of them just sort of smacking each other, saying hello and going away. They know each other.
Singed is really starting to fill that role, as he usually does, being really hard to catch. And
engagement in the middle. Derpster and Iron, Jane and Bad Touch going at it. Mystery coming up to support. Poison going down, forcing everything to split up. Red buff not up. On the bottom, we still see Poppy farming like a maniac this game.
Absolutely. Look, almost 100 CS compared to the next closest at 78 for OKG.
The Energizer Bunny, I think, is what we got going on over here.
That's a good name for her.
Grak is coming down only to find no Poppy in there. Heading up to top lane again now. Rain and Iron together. And Herp Derpster looking to see what's up with Jane. They're both of them heading up into the jungle. Are they going to try some sort of trap on 2 of OKG's members? It's hard to say. Rain getting all of those last shots there. Big gold boost for him.
Bad Touch is there, so it's going to be hard to try and trap Yorick there. So
they're dancing back and forth. Here comes Bad Touch and Jane. Rain's going to have to take a little dance back. Bad Touch heading into the jungle, heading down to the bottom. The Energizer Bunny's still going like crazy back and forth. Rain chilling in the jungle. Jane heading back now, probably going to buy something with what's going on. Differential is getting quite huge now in gold.
Yeah, OKG
6K.
really needs to do something. Take a few clutch dragons, win a couple team fights, and they might be able to get back in it. But as it is, they really can't trade kills right now.
Very difficult what's going on the bottom. We got a little small engagement going on. Bad Touch. Mystery tried to get Poppy. Poppy escaped. So we're getting down there. Looks like they're going to go after Red Buff heading into there. It is not up at this time. Wards are up for the whole thing. Excuse me. Just waiting for it to pop. They must have it on a timer. All 3 of them are down there.
And looks like just running through the jungle right now. See if they can't find anybody, but there's nobody in there for OKG, sorry.
CTX coming up, going to clean up these minions. They don't like the fact that their one tower is almost down as opposed to having none of the other towers down.
Yeah, and that's really interesting because they're actually winning, but their tower is almost down.
Here we go, another team engagement. Jane yanked back, stunned, gonna go down to power. Oh, yeah, Iron again, touch, going down. Oh.
And it looks like they're gonna get a tower here. There's not a lot that OKG can do at this point to save this tower.
It's down.
And there it goes. Trying to get Gragas, but he manages to get away. And they might even try to push the inner turret here.
I don't think they can do it in time.
30 seconds for Yorick to respawn though, so they have a lot of play still. It looks like Singe is going to go down to bottom lane, see if they can't distract a little bit. And, yep, they're going to...
They're on the tower. Bad touch toe-to-toe with Iron at this point. Mystery coming in, blowing everything up. Iron taking a lot of damage. Tower diving. Iron, you bad boy. No tower diving. That's my job.
But that bear form lets him get away pretty quickly there, so... Manages to get away without dying, and Yorick's just about to respawn, so we'll see what CTX does with this advantage, furthering advantage.
CTX at certain times in the game decides they want something and they just go after it.
Now they're going to take Dragon.
And I think it's uncontested. I don't think anybody can get here to stop them, widening the gold gap. 2 towers down now for CTX.
Yep, and there goes
68.
Dragon really fast, so... I think OKG is going to have to play a bit defensively to come back, because now the level differential is getting up there. Almost 3. Well, it's not too bad, but it is starting to widen a little bit.
Towers down. Very, very interesting play. Looks like red buff's up. Jane just chilling. A lot of targeting on Jane in this game, keeping off his farm as in the last game. 2 of CTX back at the base at the same time, allowing some easy farm to go on. On the bottom, we got red buff going on. OKG here. I don't think CTX can steal it. Ward going down. Iron is going to try and do it, but it's going to be too late.
Smite. Oh, manages to steal that red buff.
Oh, that has gotta hurt. Stolen red buff. And they've got Mystery. Gragas' barrel ain't going to save him this time. All 3 of CTX, 17-8. Excellent awareness of CTX when to come down to one another and help. Back in the base, we see BT hanging out, just chilling. Hanging out to the top, we got Jane heading out, probably trying to just cruise the bottom for any wards that would be in there. Pushing the bottom tower now. It looks like it's going to be Rain and Derbster on that tower. Bad touch pulling back, letting him take tower damage. Ultimate going in, flipped out. Bad touch under severe pressure here. Jane coming in to try and help. Touches arriving.
And Rain looks like he wants to dive, and yeah, gets the kill on Ribbon.
Bad touch. Rain may go down themselves. Jane trying to pursue, just forcing them off the tower. That poison playing.
Oh, and it looks like York's going to go down here with Poppy trying to dive. No, Jane's going to get away into the...
Oh, no!
Wow!
Derbster gets the ace on the steps of the base. Unbelievable.
I was not expecting that at all, but very nice play there.
Oh, Mystery's still up, though.
I believe it was an ace. Mystery just respawned right afterwards.
This inhibitor, I don't think it can survive. It will be going down shortly. Again, on the 3v3 map, it's very important that once you take the inhibitors down, that middle tower has to go down. Or, as you're seeing here, Mystery can bait them into the base, and they'll get killed by the base defense.
Yeah, and it looks like CTX wants to just back off. They'll probably go up top and try to get that top tower down after they go back and buy and all that good stuff. But if you can get both the inhibitors down, then it's not that far to victory from there.
Warmog's armor on everybody at this point. Almost full builds built at this time. Very, very, very interesting. Udar with the red buff. Chillin', smacking.
Doing what he does best, you know, just killing things, running up.
On the bottom, Grakas coming out with Jane. They're both going to push on this bottom lane now, it appears.
And that barrel doesn't actually do as... Oh, and there's the surrender. Looks like they just wanted to end it. Didn't want to draw out that game any longer.
That's 2-0. Absolutely amazing final here. OKG going through, I believe, undefeated in the tournament. CTX having to come back from the losers bracket, I believe. Spectacular series of games live here at OverKlocked Gaming. If you've never been down to a LAN center or you're looking for a LAN center, please come down to OverKlocked Gaming, 11618 119th Street in Edmonton, near the City Center Airport. This has been the League of Legends 3v3 tournament. We're going to see if we're going to do a recap later. It's uncertain at this time. A lot of feelings and emotions at this point for what's going on. I'm sure they're going to have a long discussion about it. I've been joined by Messina today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This is Total Wombat signing off until next time. I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the future.
Alright, it looks like Total Wombat might have lied to everybody. I think the finals are a best of 5, so lucky for everybody out there, we're going to have some more League of Legends 3v3 action. Total Wombat will be back. I don't say that with 100% certainty, but I imagine he will. Until then, you get me. I'm Misena, and I'll be filling in until he gets back here, and hopefully I'll be co-casting the rest of the games as well. So we're just setting up the game right now, and we'll jump into it once they're ready. And it looks like all the players have joined the game. Total Wombat's still not back, so I might just be solo casting it. I'm okay with that. I'll bring you the best League of Legends 3v3 commentary that you've ever seen. Probably not. I just got confirmation that Total Wombat will be back. Just grabbing something to soothe the throat a little bit. He has been casting for a while here, so it's pretty much standard. When you've been talking for a long time, you need to have a little to drink. So he'll be here in a minute, and then we'll get started.
Okay, welcome back. I was misinformed. This is the best of 5. We are now at going to go into the band screens. It's back against the wall time. We'll get them to go, and we'll be on our way. CTX ahead 2-0 in the best of 5. We're at the band screens. Joining me again, helping me out. Big thanks out to Messina here.
Hello. Yeah, I'll be joining again to co-cast this.
And the bands are out.
Ooh, dear band first. So that's
Guess they had enough of him last game.
Yeah.
Excellent
that's for
play
sure.
last game by CTX on Udyr. Herb Derpster.
Shaco.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Shyvana.
expected pretty much.
knowing each other's play. Both Shako and Shyvana were banned last game. Now, waiting for the bans to go back and forth. A lot of debate about what they want to do. Hopefully trying to force them into leaving open a champion they want. Not surprised, Akali. No idea why they banned Xin Zhao.
Xin Zhao, I don't know, like he can be dangerous, but I guess if you haven't seen him all tournament, I don't know why you'd ban him.
Maybe they think it's a back pocket champion
It could
for
be.
CTX that they would
Could
pull
be.
out.
Maybe they know something we don't.
Which is entirely true because they are the pros.
That is true.
Well, I'm a total wombat. You're Messina.
Yes.
And Fiddlesticks ban. Here's the first pick and
Nasus.
oh.
I enjoy seeing games with Nasus. You know, if he can get that farm off with his Q, you know, he becomes unstoppable.
We didn't see Tryndamere ban. Tryndamere gets picked. Nasus picked. This could be a classic battle between classic champions you don't get to see quite often.
And there's the Rumble.
Rumble played well. I don't see why they wouldn't take Rumble again.
He was banned last game, that's why we didn't see him.
Oh,
so
sorry. Thank you. Very interesting what's going to be going on at
See
this
if
point.
they lock in here, if somebody makes a last second change. I know some people do that, throw a little mind games into the mix.
Thinking about implications of who can get what and how they're going to do it. It'll be very interesting to see what's going on.
Yeah, and you gotta consider counter picks too. If, say, maybe the other team has someone who's really good with someone who can counter one of these champions, you just gotta keep all that in mind. But no, it looks like they're gonna stick with those two. And we're going back. Ooh, quick Teemo there.
Captain Teemo! And a quick LeBlanc.
LeBlanc, always fun to
Oh. Co-casting yesterday with OKG Lock plays a brilliant... Oh, playing some games here.
see. Who's it gonna be?
Who's it gonna be? Thinking
Looks like LeBlanc right now. Yep, locks in.
they locked in. Enough of the games going on. CTX Rain. Last pick here for the CTX team.
Let's see. I mean, they got Rumble and they got Tryndamere, who's gonna complement this
Malthazar.
team. Malzahar.
Malzahar, yeah. I mean, really, we know CTX plays a great Malthazar. They'll lock in on this pretty much straight ahead. Different set of champions from last game. Different set of champions from the first game. This third game, OKG has to win to stand a chance for winning the championship. It's do or die, backs against the wall. All of the great cliches that we love to say.
And it looks like OKG, sorry, hasn't got anyone with smite, so I don't think they're gonna put anybody in the jungle there. Whereas Tryndamere on the OKG team, or sorry, the CTX team. I keep getting confused because there is one CTX player on the OKG team. But it looks like Tryndamere has smite, so he'll be in the jungle a bit there.
They're locking in now. In about a minute's time, we're going to go into the 3-minute delay that occurs with the spectate mode. Again, the spectate mode just released in the last patch by Riot. Great to watch games. If you're going to spectate a random game, it has to be in a custom created game. Just ask them if it's okay. I've had great success. Watched a Spanish game the other day. It was wonderful, a lot of fun with everything that was going on. Please enjoy it.
And it's really smart of Riot to put that delay in there too, because I mean, with other games, online games like StarCraft 2, you always hear about stream sniping, you know, players watching the stream and, you know, direct countering and all that. So Riot's done a really good thing adding that delay. Kind of just cuts down on people just trying to cheese other players. I mean, it is only in custom games right now, but we'll see if they implement it in latter games.
And that's I agree 100% with everything you just said. I think it's a really good feature that they put in and really helps the game overall. Now we're going to go into the 3-minute delay. The players are actually starting the game. It is on Twisted Tree Line, the only 3v3 map that Riot has released. They're playing now. We'll know in 3 minutes if there's an early gank or not. Want to remind you of a couple of important events coming up here at OverKlocked Gaming. Next weekend, yet another major event for OverKlocked Gaming. StarCraft 2 Edmonton Open 64-man tournament, November 26th and 27th, $1,500 prize pool, being brought to you by the Canadian Amateur StarCraft League and OverKlocked Gaming. It starts Saturday, November 26th at 10 a.m. with registration. Games start at 12. We'll be watching the games. It's going to be streamed by our good friend from Prodigy, Josh, who does a great job. High quality production. All the information. Please come by, say hi to him. Been a great help on the games throughout the weekend, a true supporter of esports. You can get him at www.esbtv.com Monday to Wednesday on the Korean Weekly. 2 minutes left here. The other thing you can do is if you feel that, you want to come down and show the boys here how they really should be playing Singed, or, why isn't somebody playing, Tryndamere this way, come on down. Thursday nights is league night. Meet some of the guys playing this weekend. Exchange stories. We try and play games live here between people that are actually here.
It's a lot of fun too. Like, I come every Thursday, and they'll help you out if you want it. We do a lot of in-house 5v5s, and it's just a lot of fun and a lot of learning for some people with less experience. And even if you have a lot of experience, you always pick up something new play style, new tricks. So come down if you get the chance. It's a lot of fun.
And when you're speaking about people without money skills, that would be me, because I am the total wombat, joined by Messina co-casting this game today. This is Game 3 of the Best of 5 of the League of Legends in-person 3v3 tournament here at OverKlocked Gaming. And the other games will be up on the YouTube stream for OverKlocked Gaming, which is youtube.com/OverKlockedGaming. You can watch some of the other games from the tournament, see how Team Joey did. Highly recommend watching the Team Joey games. Second game against CTX, there was phenomenal play by Gangplank, by the player Evil Deeds. It was a great game to watch. In about 45 seconds, we'll catch up and we'll find out what's been going on. Any comments about these champions, Messina? You see it's going to happen?
Well, I mean, there's not too much crowd control for either team. CTX there definitely has the suppress from Malzahar. I mean, Tryndamere has his slow. Rumble also has a slow in that taser, whatever it's called. Of course, that is 2 shots. That the first one does damage, the second one deals additional damage, and then slows if you can hit them both on the same target. And then, I don't know. I mean, LeBlanc is always a dangerous champion if she can keep her link up.
Oh, and we're going into the game now. Be very interesting to see if there was an early gank. Like we have seen, CTX style is to go for an early gank. Last time they did a 2 for O. We'll find out shortly.
Yeah, and that's really, it can really swing the game in your favor for the entire game if you get...
Favorite skin? Quickly, Messina, pick one.
Oh, goodness, I always got to go with the Bunny Teemo. It's just too cute.
Too cute. Captain Teemo!
I think all of the Teemo skins are awesome. I mean, Super Teemo and Teemo Bunny, Astronaut Teemo, all good.
Okay, here we are on the OKG team. They're playing on the left-hand side of the screen on Team Blue. Touch heading out right away. Jane's still making some decisions on things. All of CTX is already out. Herp Derpster playing again on Rumble. Saw devastating work countering Gangplank in the third game against Team Joey yesterday. After the phenomenal play of Gangplank in Game 2, CTX pulled out the Rumble. Excellent counter to Gangplank. It was really a turning point in that series.
Rumble's an interesting champion. He's got an interesting mechanic, not like any other champ. That white bar, he doesn't have mana. That white bar is heat. Every time he uses an ability, he gains some heat. And so once he hits 100 heat, he goes into basically an overdrive mode, something like that. I'm not sure what they call it, but he can't use abilities, but now his melee attacks do more damage. So even if you overheat, you can still do quite a bit of damage. Makes him dangerous because he doesn't really have a downtime, like if you run out of mana on another champion. So something you got to be careful with when facing Rumble.
OKG totally avoided the jungle, completely avoided the jungle for a gank for the first time in the entire tournament after CTX's dominance in the last game on that. Totally avoided. CTX does not get an early lead this time around. On the top, already stuff going down. Bad touch and mystery on the bottom. CTX mystery signaling everybody to fall back. I'm not sure why.
And they're just hanging out on the bottom. They're not hitting minions or anything. They're just hanging out.
CTX Iron's going to take the advantage right now and get the red buff. Why not? I mean, if they're not being contested. Playing very conservative. Jane not up near the minions, just chilling at the tower.
OKG playing very conservatively. I mean, they're uncontested in lane and still have 3 CS total. I mean, CTX has almost caught up already. Yeah, look at that. 3 and 1. they have the same amount of CS, and they also got the red buff in the very beginning. So that's very conservative on OKG's part.
Jane and Herp are going to be going at it. Now they're closer in the lanes. They've avoided the jungle completely. On the bottom, Bad Touch and Mystery facing up against Rain and Iron. Very interesting. Bad Touch and Poppy. Bad Touch and Mystery playing with Poppy.
I think what he's trying to say
and
there
LeBlanc
is
keeping them off the creep.
yes. Tryndamere spins in, does a little damage, but not a lot you can do till you get that slow with Tryndamere.
And gently, very, very cautious play by OKG. CTX went for their standard, go into the jungle, find the enemy, try and get an early gank, did not happen. On the top, Jane and Herp chugging away. Jane's going to have to pull back, fire's getting pretty high.
Yeah, and this is a good counter for Nasus. I mean, Herp can keep Nasus at bay from farming his Q all day long with that fire there. Yeah, and look, pushes him back again, and Nasus has 5 CS compared to Rumble's 9. It's really not looking good for the farm for Nasus on this one.
On the bottom, Mystery and Bad Touch pushing the bottom lane already, almost up to the team's tower. Iron and Rain, about half health, having to keep back. Touch and Mystery are going to have to pull back because their minions are almost done. The next wave's coming up. They're going to go check red, and they're going to find a nice surprise. It's gone because CTX took it right away.
And we're pinging on Rumble there. It looks like Jane was thinking he might need some help, but no. Rumble backs off, and the tower's is just fine there. But Teemo has come up to kill some minions.
Derpster did the full loop around to find out what's going on. You know, Jane's strategy may be to let the minions come to the tower, and then just keep Derpster off with the tower. Poppy comes up while Jane goes back to the base.
Teemo,
sorry, Teemo.
Yep.
Comes up. It's the bunny ears again, you know.
Yeah, always.
It's just not good. Oh, big damage coming in from the Derpster. Teemo's going to have to go back to the tower, face punishment.
Yeah, but as you were saying, it might just be the strategy to hang out by the tower and just because nobody really turret dives at those early levels. The turret just does too much damage for that to really be viable. So you can kind of build up your farm anyways, as long as you're smart about your last hits. Oh, and Herp Derpster's jumping out of that jungle there, but
Jane just saying, I'm not having any of that. Dragon is up. Wards, we got a ward down already. Jane pushing Herp Derpster off the creep. Jane have to retreat now.
Herp Derpster overheats, so can only use melee, but puts the exhaust on to try and get in range. Flashes up, and there's the kill.
Herp Derpster taking down Jane.
Oh, but Teemo jumps up.
Brilliant move following the damage. A few seconds earlier, 10 seconds earlier, they probably could have saved their teammate Jane. But that's very good. Captain Teemo taken down, 1-1.
Yeah, very well played there by Mystery, managing to at least even the kills.
And collecting all the... There's nobody from CTX on the top right now earning any experience or getting the gold from those minions on the bottom.
And Tryndamere very deep, very deep in the opposing jungle there, but is backing now, and Jane just walks right by without realizing.
Herp Derpster coming up. Teemo coming in. Electric Harpoon taking some damage. It'd be interesting to see whether Jane stays there or Jane goes bottom. They're looking for the red buff at this point. Coming down Mystery for the OKG team. Farming up top is Jane. Jane has gone to farm now. Interesting choice. Good way to counter what's going on with Herp Derpster in the lane.
Herp Derpster just getting a lot of CS though. 23, highest so far. Not too far ahead of LeBlanc though at 22 and Teemo at 21.
Not going to be able to do much here. Bad positioning by Touch. He's going to have to... He may get caught here. They can get a slow flashes out. Chicken!
Can he get inside turret range?
Yes,
there's the flash. The flash
Wonderful.
and the dash. Managed to escape.
CTX going back, taking a look, seeing what's going to happen here. Red buff on the Herp Derpster. Meanwhile, on the top, Jane's gone back and picked up something else as well. Got something going on there. We got equal cash at this point. No towers down. Equal kills. Little different than the last game.
Yeah, the only thing you can really see an advantage in is OKG, has more CS than CTX, so that is the only metric where there's a difference, and it's actually in OKG's favor.
Oh, the ultimate for Herp Derpster going down.
Oh, is Jane gonna get away that flame chasing? Yeah, with the help of a potion and the turret, manages to get away from that rumble.
Hotkey on the potion, saving him there. Dragon's back up. CTX is on the dragon. Iron taking a lot of damage, but they should get this dragon.
He always has his heal if it gets a little dicey, and
the dragon goes down. Then we got a little differential here. Mystery taking a lot of damage from Rain, and Rain takes down Mystery.
Yeah, that Malzahar, when he gets his ultimate, that suppress is quite dangerous. Lots of damage.
Peaceful. So peaceful. Resting on the ground.
Well, that's one way to look at it. But LeBlanc has her ultimate up now. We'll see if Bad Touch tries to link up here with Malzahar, CTX Rain, but it looks like she's just going to keep farming for now.
Herp Derpster pushing towards the turret, his preferred position play early game, top lane, near the opponent's turret. In the jungle right now, we've got Jane going to jungle, coming down to counter Herp Derpster. We like him, we love him. Captain Timo!
Could be a potential 2v2 situation here. NASA's coming in to try and get Rumble. Rumble slows, or tries to slow with that electric harpoon, but doesn't get the second shot.
Coming down from the top, Iron, low on health. Nasus going back up, hopefully going to catch him. Takes away, they're going to take a look at Dragon, and oh.
And
Rumble.
there's Timo's egg.
The wonderful egg. An Easter egg. Rumble pushed off the path by Jane and Mystery. On the bottom, still going back and forth. We have got LeBlanc and Tryndamere, just sort of coasting back and forth in the middle. Coming in, ooh. Iron trying to initiate. Touch having nothing of that. Timo
doesn't
coming
use
down.
His chicken, but so LeBlanc gets away, and now he's trying to chase after Timo, but we'll see if he uses the chicken on this one. He should. It's 3v1 if he can.
They split up,
Timo
though.
hiding in the bush, but it's not going to work.
Sandwich.
And Mystery just standing still? I don't
understand. Mystery now trying to does a flash across. Gets out over to Jane.
Puts the egg down for the slow. Oh, but there's a flash from Tryndamere, and yes, gets
Iron
it.
takes out.
And Iron uses his ultimate to stay alive. Yes, the
LeBlanc trying to run away from Rumble and Tryndamere at this point. Jane coming in. Bad Touch taking tons of
mirror image. But they're going after the correct image right now. Looks like he'll stay alive,
heavy damage. Jane's going to try and finish off Rumble at this point. Entirely possible.
But Malzahar's wall gets in the way.
Derpster and Rain very low at this point. Iron low. Bad Touch very low as well.
I'm not sure if they should be going in here. If they turn around,
Bad
they
Touch
could
has
get
got
Malzahar
Iron
away.
Rumble. Derpster takes out Jane, but it's ever so close in terms of health.
Yeah, that could have gone either way. That was very, very risky by CTX there. They could have lost two just as easily.
Derpster now down again. CTX jumping ahead in player kills at this point. 5-2. Differential in cash over 1K global. Red buff is up. CTX can take it maybe, but I think Mystery's going to contend it. Timo's caught
take
Derpster.
Rumble right now.
I don't know. I'd like to date Rumble or not by taking him out. Oh, Timo got slowed. Unbelievable.
Wow.
How many health points did Derpster have left? Horseshoes everywhere in that mechanical suit of his, I'm sure.
Not many. That was very close. I don't know. Timo
now
might not have played that correctly on that one. Used his exhaust and didn't jump on the engagement right as Rumble was walking by. Instead waited till he was too far past.
Iron and Mystery going at it in top lane. Minions working on there.
Looks like Timo doesn't want to face Tryndamere straight up and runs away instead.
Red buff by OKG. Jane's engaged and initiated. Mystery's coming in. CTX coming trying to prevent it. It's possible that they'll be able to push them off. Rumble's backing up.
Here's a 3v2. And it looks like Tryndamere's going to jump in there.
Iron's in trouble. No support from under his teammates. I think Iron will go down at this point.
Tryndamere uses his ult. Let's see if they can take him down before it ends.
Taking down. Derpster.
No,
unbelievable. Iron team play. The team play from CTX to keep themselves alive when it looked like they were all down. Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's very, very good. OKG looked like they were just focused on Tryndamere, wanted to get him down even though his ult was up, so I don't know, they might... It's a tough call though, because you switch target and suddenly your target has full health again, so... It's hard to say sometimes when Tryndamere's your first target.
Bad touch working in the far lanes. Up in the top in the jungles, we see Teemo working on it, and we see Iron straight across from one another. Coming up from there, Herp Derpster working on this tower. I'm pretty sure that Herp would like this tower down. Really, seriously. Jane coming up, playing Nasus. Taking a smack here at Derpster. Building heat, building heat, building heat. Jane retreating to the tower.
And it looks like they're all just going to back off for now.
Rain in the forest hiding. I don't think the touch is... Oh, they're engaged! Rain huge damage, and...
The Ignite will take him down, and up top it looks like we have a bit of an engagement, or had one, rather. I'm not sure what happened there. But it doesn't look like anybody went down, so it couldn't have been too bad.
3-6. Close the gap a little bit. Differential in gold, not that much. Derpster playing from the jungle, trying to avoid the shots from the tower. Jane at the tower, heading back now. On the bottom lane, we see Bad Touch farming minions like crazy. This is very good. Get his farm up, get better items, continue along. On the top, we got a little engagement going on. Derpster having to pull back Jane and Mystery there. Both head for the forest, and they both figure that out. That's it. Mystery's had enough of the Derpster. Iron's going to come and probably have to push up, but he is slowed, snared. Chicken!
And there's the chicken from Tryndamere, and it doesn't look like Teemo's going to get away. The ult from Rumble, and yes, he goes down.
Derpster. I think maybe Jane should have come down and supported there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Jane was doing. He just kind of ran up into the jungle and left his teammate for dead.
That was pretty much a waste of a flash, I think, at that point. Didn't need to do that.
It wasn't a flash. It was his spinning slash into the jungle there. So.
Oh.
Yeah, that spinning slash can actually be used to get through walls, so it is very convenient for running away. If you're in a hairy situation, you can just spinning slash through a wall, and your opponent has to use a flash if they want to pursue, if it's up. A little bit of talk there.
They're being sorry to one another. I'm sad for that. I'll just turn the chat off in case someone gets carried away. You never know what they might say. I know you all want to hear what they say, but...
We try to keep it... a little bit family friendly around here, so...
Iron heading off in the jungle, Derpster cleaning up the minions on here on the bottom, back and forth. We've got Bad Touch and Rain going back and forth. Wards up everywhere. Nasus is now farming the jungle. Teemo working against Herp Derpster. Electric Harpoon being shot up, some build up coming. Jane in the jungle. Coming in, thinking about pulling something sneaky there, I think, but nah, it's not available.
Doesn't look like he's going to. Oh, maybe. No.
On the bottom, meanwhile, Iron and Bad Touch having it out toe-to-toe. Oh!
LeBlanc's mirror image goes down. That was not the real Bad Touch. That was just an image, but it looks like the turret's going to take a bit of damage because Bad Touch can't do anything. Has to go back here.
Bad Touch cancel, but Rain and Iron run.
Teemo's coming down, but is not going to engage. This turret
tower
is
will
lost.
Go down. Too late.
Oh, but they're going to sandwich him, and Nasus ults, and it looks like they're focusing different characters.
Oh,
good flash by Malzahar, gets away. Rumble jumps into the fray, and it looks like they're going to get Bad Touch.
Iron gets touched. Mystery being a chicken and running away, even though he looks more like a rabbit. Iron takes down Jane as well, only Mystery alive. Almost an ace for CTX. Unbelievable play by CTX. They're focused, although a little distracted at the beginning of the game because there was no jungle confrontation. They've kept it up. They're on the first inner turret on bottom.
Yeah, and OKG kind of had a miscommunication there. The focus wasn't on the same character. Generally, you want everybody to focus on the same character so that it goes down really quick. If you split your damage, nobody goes down.
We see now that they're going to grab the red buff while the team's down, while OKG is down, and they're working on the turret still. They pulled out, waited for the next wave of minions.
Yeah,
LeBlanc picking them off.
Just some farm right now. Trying to save that inner turret.
That inner turret is in big trouble. Iron heading out. Rain heading out. Jane heading into the jungle. Playing Nasus, warded by them on the top. We've got Herp Derpster and Iron pushing top.
Can you just mouse over Nasus's Q ability here? See what his farm is at? which would not. Yeah, there. Sorry, not Q. W there. Yeah. So looks like he's done all right with it. Plus a bit there. Yeah, like when you play as Nasus, you really want to build up that, because every time you get a minion kill with that ability, your damage goes up. So if you can manage to get a lot of minion kills in the early game, you can really do a lot of damage with that one ability. That's kind of the secret to Nasus, if you're wondering. Just farm up that one ability. Yeah, I keep calling it Q, but I think it's actually W. Sorry, I don't actually play Nasus. Oh, it is Q. Sorry, I just got confirmation.
Thank you. That was help out from Ty, stepping in, sitting in behind us, minding the store with things going on.
Yeah, Nasus not one of those champions I play, so if I don't know exactly which button is which ability, that's why.
Jane looking to farm, but we'll get some done. On the bottom, we may have a 2v2 confrontation. Herp Derpster chugging away like crazy. Teemo heading up to top lane, coming down from top lane at the same time as Rain. Into the jungle, checking the red, which is gone. Bad touch, nobody on the minions. And Dragon is up, signaled by both teams, going to go up there. Jane cleaning out the jungle. Coming in, we got Tryndamere and Rumble going to go on to there. I don't know that they realize that they actually have a good chance to take out Jane if Jane tries to block them there. There's not enough support from OKG on this. They're still down there. Derpster and Iron are going to get Dragon.
Yeah,
Foregone
uncontested
conclusion.
too, which is kind of interesting.
Another boost in cash, 9-3 in kills, 1 tower ahead, 6k. We're just about going into the mid portion of the game, about a level differential now between the teams based on experience, skills. Mystery gone, Iron on a killing spree.
Yeah, they
totally
managed
trapped.
to catch him in the jungle by himself, and that's not good when it's 3v1.
Not good at all. On the top, Derpster and Iron looking to work on LeBlanc, who's in the top lane now, being played by Touch from OKG.
Oh, and LeBlanc knows that she's in trouble there. Spinning slash in by Tryndamere there, but Mirror Image doesn't help.
Derpster's unstoppable. 2 down, only Jane left at this time. And Jane's in trouble on the bottom, Rain chasing him down, forcing him back all the way to the turret. After a slow start, a very cautious start from OKG, that CTX really didn't know what to do. CTX has adapted and been able to do it. There goes ultimate for Jane, and it's the reverse runaround. Oh, Rain taking big trouble.
Oh, big hits on Rain here, but will it be enough?
It's so close. Rain
quite.
takes out Jane. Not good. We got a turret down at the top here. I didn't want to go up to the turret at that point. I felt the personal confrontation was more important, and there goes Derpster, scored an ace.
This game is looking pretty close to over here. I mean, it's 13-3 kills. There's a 7k gold differential. 2 turrets are down. It looks like CTX might take this game, and with it, the whole tournament.
It looks that way. I have to agree at this point, but we do know that you can turtle in 3v3 onto this base, and it is something that can be done.
Good job by LeBlanc trying to turtle in there, but
touches
well
down.
played there. But again, Tryndamere spinning slash, so dangerous.
Almost a second ace there. Iron is going to go down, I think.
That ultimate, always
Jane
a good escape
got him
tool,
down.
but not good enough. Just too far to get by that turret.
7k differential. People dead everywhere. Action everywhere. Builds coming along quite nicely.
And Rumble's got that Rabadon's, which very powerful item there. Only player with the Rabadon's death cap at this point.
Good choice for ability power, definitely.
Yeah, it's an expensive item, but definitely well worth it if you're AP.
Teemo and Nasus heading down to bottom, probably checking red. Red is available. They are going to try and take it. Coming up from the bottom to try and prevent is Rain. Rain doesn't have the support. I think he went out too far. Jane saw him. Jane's going to go after him. Prevents it. Teemo's going to get the red buff. They're both going to come down now. One of the few... Derpster hiding in the bushes comes out. Big damage to Teemo.
So
big
much damage from Rumble.
Rumble
with that
just-
Rabadon's death cap, it's just a lot of damage on all his abilities.
2 down again. Bad Touch, the only one left up. They might score an ace because Touch is coming down a little too late. CTX having another great game. 16-5 in the lead at this time. 7, 8, 9K, almost 10K ahead. They're going to push the bottom turret with this advantage with
and
the timeout.
misses that link there by LeBlanc. So it's going to be pretty hard for her to defend this turret 2v1.
I don't think so. This turret will, I think it's going to go down in this time. If OKG is going to remain
There's
in
the
this
link
tournament,
up, but
they're going to
nothing
have
done
to
with it.
turtle hard. They're going to have to defend it. This inhibitor may go down. Many of you will think in the 5v5 that losing an inhibitor at this point, the game is over. We saw Team Joey yesterday defend against this very thing. 2 inhibitors down. And they fought back almost equal, barely losing in the end. 23 minutes in, CTX 16-5 ahead. Game is going on back and forth. OKG is back up at this point, hanging on to the base at this point. Oh, sorry about getting there late. Nasus ultimated to save. The inhibitor is up. Super minions spawning on the bottom. Here we've got Herp Derpster playing Rumble.
Yeah, it's
Going back.
Herp Derpster could probably at this point take on pretty
Anything.
much any champion, maybe even 2v1. He just puts out a lot of damage. 7 kills, which is the most of anybody at this point. So he's got a ton of farm, 99 farm compared to on the other team the highest being 82 from Teemo. It's looking pretty grim. Looking pretty grim for the OKG team here.
CTX trying to deny the jungle to OKG by farming it in advance. Rain heading back to pick up some new items. We're at that point now at the late mid game where the level differential has a big impact on it. Iron's going to try and solo Dragon. Mystery's going to try and fight him off with Teemo. This may or may not work. Bad Touch is hanging out at the top though.
Iron
They may try a steal.
always has his ult to get away if he has to. Can ult
But they
and then
could steal
spinning
damage.
slash
Here
through
comes
push.
Herp Derpster. Gonna have none of this. Comes in, flames blazing all over Teemo. Teemo taking big damage. Rain following up. Touch is not even gonna get in there. Iron takes out Mystery. Took the Dragon. They're just gonna push down. Find something to hit, burn them up, go on from there.
Yeah, and OKG just runs away at this point. They're just too low level compared to CTX to really take him on head on. They
Iron
gotta-
took down Bad Touch. Sorry for missing this. As you can probably tell, I'm new to this whole thing, and I'm trying to drive at the same time on the game. Jane trying to get away. Ultimate going. Jane avoids it. Gets back to the base. Derpster going to take a hit. No.
gonna chase, and that's not a smart move.
Huge
One
hit on
away from
Derpster.
dying.
Took the base and gets away with like almost no health.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Not a smart play, but I guess when you're ahead that far, you can kind of just do what you want.
Both inhibitors down now. Key point of this thing is if this turret goes down, you can come back from this. Again, don't mean to stress this too much, but you can still come back from having both of your inhibitors down on 3v3 if you can keep up the center turret. You can farm the minions, as we're going to see right here. Jane's going to come down, farm all these minions and the super minions if he can, get all the gold and close the differential in cash and level by doing this.
Yeah, it's something you can't really do in the 5v5 just because the base is too far away from your nexus and turrets. So, but in the 3v3 map you kind of can, because that turret is situated behind the nexus, really close to your base, so you can kind of stand in your base, get all that regen, and not die.
It's also easier to heal up. As you see, Jane just ran back, picked up some heals, comes down, gonna farm, and they're just all 3 of them are sitting there.
Yeah, and in the meantime, CTX kind of just free reign of the jungle, getting the farm that's there, that's uncontested, just running around, probably drawing it out. It looks like. I think they could probably just go in there and end it at this point, but they might just be celebrating because I think they have this one in the bag, to be honest.
It depends right now on the build structure and stuff. If they play late game smart, they'll be fine with it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can always get a good comeback, if you can get someone to really build it up. And Nasus is one of those champions who can really turn the game around with that farming ability, that Q. If he can get enough of these minions to build up the damage for his Q ability, the Siphon Strike there, it could really be a game changer.
Here they are, the minions are on the turret. They can get the base defense to help them by cutting the super minions onto the base, and it'll one-shot them. They're going to clean up all this gold and try and hang on to it. Okay, here they come. CTX looks like they want to end this right here. They're pushing in hard onto the base. OKG pushes back onto their base platform. Shots going off from the base defense. CTX still cleaning out everything. They should not be going after the players. They should be after that tower, definitely. They don't want to dive the tower.
Yeah, all the minions are down, so they're just gonna hang back, keep OKG at bay for now, wait for another wave of minions to catch up, and then they're gonna push that turret. And
we saw CTX do this yesterday, where when they were in a similar situation against SBU, they held the position just inside the down inhibitor to prevent their opponent from coming out and heavily farming. Okay, OKG has to come down. CTX is still hovering around, waiting for minions. The blue inhibitor back up. It will go down right away, though.
Yeah, and those minions get taken out really quickly again, but top minions making their way. We'll see what happens. Maybe they can get
down,
the turret.
Holding it.
There is a ton of wards in that base. I don't know why.
Maybe they're just doing a little DM.
That might be it. I don't know. That is, of course, OKG's ward,
oh,
so
I guess not then.
they might be just have given up at this point. I don't know.
CTX Iron almost going down there.
One. Yeah, there's 4 wards. I don't think they have any health.
Chemo down, Rain's on a rampage. There goes the ultimate. Iron almost down, not down.
Tryndamere trying to get away. Oh, but Guzzle gets taken down by LeBlanc.
Heavy damage on this tower right now from the super minion. Needs to be cutted up to the base. I'm not sure why LeBlanc is not doing that, or James. Rain unstoppable. Rumble owning up. They should be cutting the super minions onto this. This tower is going to go down.
This game is over. They will take the... with 30 seconds until a respawn from OKG, they will take down the Nexus here.
29 minutes into the game. I think we're going to see this tournament come to a conclusion. Epic. There's the ace from Herp Derpster. The Nexus is almost down.
And now I have to pay homage to Prodigy Josh, who set this up for us, and go like this. GG! Yes, he likes to scream GG like the Korean commentators in SC2.
Excellent.
So there you go.
Big props going out to both teams here. CTX coming out on top today. 3-0 victory over OKG. I am sure that they'll be talking about this for a long time. I am Total Wombat. This has been Casting with Messina. I hope you've enjoyed the first live cast of a 3v3 tournament from OverKlocked Gaming. It's been our pleasure to bring it to you. If you're interested in meeting some of these people playing the games, please come down to OverKlocked Gaming, 11618 119th Street, just near the City Center Airport. Next weekend, you can see GG Josh coming in to cast the StarCraft 2 Open Tournament. It's been a pleasure to be here. We've seen some phenomenal play. Hats off. Well done, CTX. Spectacular job in terms of being able to adapt to changing situations. Next time there's a 3v3, I suspect that the outcome may be the same, but most likely it'll be different. Matches in this game were very close throughout. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next time.